Hey guys, I've gotten a lot of requests to show how I made my Pyro system, and I kind of put it off for a while just because I've been rebuilding it and it's not finished. In fact, I haven't touched it in months, so I probably haven't touched it since I guess I was still tinkering with it like maybe the following month after I posted the video, but I haven't touched it since. So, and I don't really feel like messing with it anytime soon, but I am going to show you what I have so far and how you can build one. But before I show you how it's done, if you're under 18, you don't need to be doing this. If you have the IQ of a rock, you don't need to be doing this. If you don't have like the consent of your parents to build something like this, don't do it. Trust me, it's not a good idea. So yeah, I mean, if it's dangerous, okay? I've had an incident already where it's one of the versions I had malfunctioned and sprayed butane all the way up my arm, and my arm caught on fire. I wasn't hurt or anything, but still, I mean, it's pretty serious. I mean, playing with fire isn't something to be taken lightly. Okay, here it is. It's really simple. Like I said, there's a couple pieces missing, and I'll show you what's missing in a second. But it's really simple because I have external ignition, because I use a lighter to light it. It's very simple. Basically, you get fuel line. Looks like this. Very flexible. You can buy this at like Home Depot or Lowe's. Just ask for fuel line, and they'll show you where it is. You're gonna want some metal tubing like this right here to cover up the end so it doesn't get burned. It doesn't start melting. And then you're going to need something to hold your fuel. I use butane canisters. Looks like this. Has a little metal nozzle right there. You don't have to use this kind of butane. It doesn't matter. Most little butane canisters like this have a universal tip, so most of them are going to be about the same. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to do it, exactly the way I did it. Chances are you're not going to be able to anyway. So all this stuff was built out of junk, okay? Most of it was lying around my room. The only thing that I bought was this copper tubing right here and the fuel line. Everything else I already had. This little metal piece right here is from a remote control car that housed the motor, and it just happened to fit the butane canister. And then these are just zip ties, and then the thing's held down by zip ties. And the tube just fed through the little leather piece right here that held the, because it's a wrist guard, it held the little plastic thing. So I just fed it through there, and that's basically it. So this is the tip. There is a Lego attached to it, and I'll show you why in a second. Originally, when I first started, I didn't have anything over the back end of the tube, so it basically just sat on top of the nozzle, which was really stupid. And that's why, like, because it's pressurized, it cooled down the fuel line, and it got brittle, and it wasn't as pliable, and it started spritzing butane out the back, and that's why my arm caught on fire. So really, that was my own fault. That was a stupid thing to do. So what I did was I took a little piece of rubber. This is actually a piece of rubber off of a pair of headphones, a pair of Apple headphones to be exact, and I attach it to this piece of rubber with epoxy, and then put another piece of metal tubing over that, and it slides over the nozzle, and nothing comes out of it. Trust me, it's pretty solid right there. So And basically how it works is you stick the butane, the canister, inside this, and in it goes, and it just sits there, and then this attaches right here. It's kind of a tight squeeze, so you kind of gotta wiggle it on there, which is good because you don't want fuel come. Ooh. Okay, yeah. And there. It's on there tight, and nothing's coming out of that. Nothing is coming out of that. And the good thing is, it's removable. So you just pull it back out, and that's it. So if anything does happen, you can just rip the fuel line out, and no more gas. That's it. So, and originally this was tethered to another little metal piece down here. And basically it just held a little bit of tension, and then there was a string that was tied around this that came over here to my finger, and I just pulled back and it would push down and release fuel. So really simple. Like I said, there's not much to it at all. Unfortunately, like I said, it's kind of in pieces right now, so sorry about the camera. So I can't really show you how the string worked on my hand. If you saw the other video, then it's pretty obvious. But let's see, can I? I'm already zoomed out. Just sits on here like this. Really simple. And like I said, this was right here, and this was attached to one of my fingers, and I just pull and release fuel. A lot of people have said, oh, don't do it in your house. Yes, it was a stupid thing to do inside of my house. But you have to understand, there's not much fuel in this at all. And there's such a small risk to it because there's such little fuel. So, yeah. In all honesty, this whole thing scares the crap out of me now because my arm caught on fire. So you can say whatever you want about that. I mean, it didn't bother me at the time just because, you know, it's just whatever. Hey, I'm fine, I'm good. But you know, it could have easily like caught my clothing on fire or my hair or something else. So again, that I mean, it's such a simple contraption. You can see it. Basically, a butane tank, a fuel line, and a nozzle. And then you can just work out your own way of releasing fuel yourself, or you can do it the same way I did it. But seriously, be careful. This isn't a toy. This is very dangerous. You can easily hurt yourself or somebody else, or catch your house on fire or something. So again, please be careful. And if you want to know anything else, just ask. I mean, this should be pretty explanatory. There's not much to it at all. So yeah, please rate the video. Tell me what you think about it in the comment box, and subscribe if you haven't already. The correct acronyms.